Hey folks, Brian Blessing, ATS.io. Again, we're talking about rookies of the year and the impact they're going to have in the NFL, this time on the defensive side of the ball. And the odds that are out there, courtesy of the Superbook over at the Westgate. Pretty intriguing and fun to do a little bit of a handicap here. Micah Parsons is the favorite at 5-1. He's the edge rusher, linebacker, who's going to play with the Cowboys. Now, he's a phenomenal player. On top of it, don't forget, this is something that's voted upon. So you want to see these guys a lot. And we know the Cowboys are on TV a lot. So Parsons kind of gets a running start, but he's a phenomenal player. Kwiti Paye, the edge rusher, on the board 10-1 along with Jaelan Phillips, the kid from Miami, who, if healthy, maybe is the best defensive player in this draft, and the impact he can have as an edge rusher is in the backfield a lot. And you look at the past winners of this, a lot of defensive ends. Chase Young, Nick Bosa, recently, followed by cornerbacks, Darius Leonard, Marshawn Lattimore. Bosa, a winner. So defensive linemen really kind of at the forefront of it. Jamin Davis is 12-1. Patrick Surtain, the cornerback for the Broncos, is on the board at 12-1. Arguably was the best cornerback in the draft, some say. But what about Jaycee Horn? He's at 14-1. So you look at those kind of guys. But you also have to do a deep dive in, and you think of the situation that these guys are in. Full disclosure, I'm a backer of the Bills, so I watch them very closely. But you bet with your head, not your heart. But I think you're also looking at who could be put in a position to succeed. And the situation with two guys in Buffalo at ridiculous prices, well, one guy's a ridiculous price, is compelling. Gregory Rousseau, who took a year off because of COVID's on the board at 20-1. Big, lengthy, long, athletic defensive end, but a guy that they think has to grow into his own body's on the board at 20-1. But the other guy, Carlos Basham, was taken in the second round. And he's on the board at basically about 100-1. A defensive end out of Wake Forest. They drafted defensive ends with their first and second round picks. Long term, they think Rousseau is going to be something special, bit of a project, but the more ready to play NFL player right now is actually the defensive end from Wake Forest, Basham. And situationally, when you're handicapping this, those are two guys that could be in a position to succeed, because the Bills' regular season win total is on the board at 10.5, 11 in most places, which means the Bills will likely be ahead in many games, and at the end of games, defensive linemen could tee off and rack up and put up some good stats. Situationally, for Rousseau and Basham, it's a really good spot, but Basham, who's the longer price, may be the more impactful player as a rookie. Again, just a little read between the lines thought there for you. But again, it's a judged deal. Micah Parsons from the Cowboys, I do believe, gets a running head start because he's with the Cowboys and they're on TV a lot. There are some phenomenal players. The Barmore kid at 14-1, the defensive tackle from Alabama, is an absolute monster who can take over games. He is in the backfield a lot, but he's a defensive tackle. So the run-stuffing stats, believe me, he could be so impactful on a defense. But are the stats there in terms of the fumble recoveries or caused fumbles, things of that ilk that push him to the top to win a judged event? Nonetheless, there's ways to handicap this, the offensive rookie of the year and the defensive rookie of the year. It's fun to even think about football. Before you know it, training camps will be here, and we can't wait to see the impact that these rookies have when a brand new NFL season gets here. Glad to be with you at ATS.io. I'm Brian Blessing in Las Vegas.